You know, a lot of people told me that I would never be able to ride the Titanic. I would never be able to cross the Rubicon of Gethsemane 2024. I was told I would never be able to kiss Neil Diamond. I was told I would never, ever, ever be able to see a tournament as boring as Euro 2024. But here we are. Here we are, and it is 2024. And guess what? LSU season's about to start. And my face is about to explode because of it. Like, seriously, this could get crazy, okay? This is going to get crazy. We're actually going to do this video in a completely weird direction because, you know, we posted an article today talking about LSU's depth at corner in the wake of Javian Toviano's suspension. And I've been seeing it from a lot of people. Oh, LSU's corner, we're fine at corner. We're going to be good at corner. We're going to be stellar at corner. We're going to be fine. I wonder how many of those people actually have looked at the raw minerals that are there at cornerback. Because I'm telling you right now, I would not be surprised if at some point, very quickly in the season, Sage Ryan is moved back to corner, someone like that to shore it up, because simply put, we're going to need a veteran at some point. We only have Zy Alexander. People are going, oh, well, you know, LSU, it's defensive tackle that's the most depleted and the most worrisome spot on the entire team, right? And there's still some truth to that until we see what, you know, Gio Pates, Preston Hickey, JVR Suggs, Sean Washington, what we can see from those guys. Ahmad Brow, I should also put in there as well. Dominic McKinley in there as well. But defensive tackle does not worry me as much as corner. I'm just going to say it right now. Javian Toviano was a guy I thought would start for this team. Started for this team last year. Looked the part. Really looked damn good. Really looked like a player who he fit in with that type of vibe of LSU. The aggression, the intensity, the playmaking mentality. Look at what he did against Florida. 11 tackles, one fumble recovery that was just huge in the context of the game, 2 pass breakups. He was incredible. And he was really stoic and really good against Alabama as well. Stats don't really bear that out because he didn't really have the ball thrown to him. I think he had like 1 target his way, didn't allow a catch. But, of course, we know Alabama just ran that ball down our throats. And still, Toviano had some big tackles in that game. This is a guy who should have been starting for this team this year, and he still might. We don't know what's going to happen with his suspension. It's completely up in the air. But from what I'm hearing, he's not going to be back for fall camp unless it's like the last little bit of fall camp, and that is only predicated on whether his legal situation is solved. You're going to basically see his path back to the field follow this legal situation. So use that as a guide, and you heard this here first at LSUODYSSEY.com. I felt like Toviano was going to be a pillar for that room. He'd already been proven. He'd already had some experience on the field. He'd gotten his feet wet. Like, that was a big thing for him. That was a big thing for him to get. Sorry about that annoying disruption. Literally by the worst person at this work site, literally doing that too. I fear without Toviano, you've only really got Stamps and Woodland as 2 guys who are going to be able to back up Zy Alexander. Are you going to really want to play Wallace Foster as a freshman, as good as he has been in high school? Are you really going to want to play converted receiver / corner Michael Turner at corner in year 1? No, you're not going to, especially when he weighs like 145 pounds. I weigh just a bit over that. Crazy. They got to get that guy some KFC. Literally just inject him with trans fat, like right now. Just shoot him up with trans fats and just blue bonnet and just don't let him go anywhere. Literally just like the fattiest, greasiest chicken. Just people are probably gonna no, it's Popeyes. Don't say KFC. I'm saying KFC because we want the chicken to be shitty and as greasy as possible so that he will gain the quickest amount of weight possible. It's to me, corner is such a more. We're so much more thin at that spot. I'm so much more worried at that spot. I feel hesitant to say we're screwed there because I really love what I've seen from Woodland. I really love what I've seen from Zy Alexander at times. But Zy Alexander's been hot and cold, hot and cold. I really believe in Ashton Stamps being a starter. You know, I think whether it's Zy Alexander Stamps or Stamps and PJ Woodland, Stamps is going to be starting, I feel. PJ Woodland is someone that is really impressed the coaching staff. You heard Blake Baker call him, PJ Woodland's a competitor. PJ Woodland's a competitor. I mean, he said it like the man's ready to I shouldn't say that or else they'll block this video for promoting violence. He's absolutely going to kick some ass, PJ Woodland. You know, I just feel like he's a dude that he embodies this is what I wrote in the article today. This is why you need to read the article. We're a better writer than we are a speaker, by the way, for all of you who don't read my stuff. Our stuff is better read than hearing it, at least in my opinion. But really, PJ Woodland, he embodies what LSU defense is wanting to be about. Aggression, intensity, relentlessness, ambition. Being a freshman, a true freshman, and be like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Throw it to my way 10 times today. I'll pick it off 5. I'll have 5 picks by the end of today. Try me, bitch. Like, that's the feeling I get from PJ Woodland. And it's a dude who is really willing to just throw it all out there, leave it all out on the field, and he hits that mat. And he pushes that gas down to the floorboards, and he goes full on for 4 quarters. That's a guy you've got to have on the field as well. So if Zy Alexander is ever struggling or injured again, you've got those 2 guys, PJ Woodland, Stamps, who I think so much better than last season as far as coverage. You're going to be improving upon last season anyway. You should be, or if you're not, some serious, deeper questions than just who you're hiring at defensive coordinator must be asked. But it's really like we've been screwed at corner because of that 2021-2022 cycle. Corey Raymond's last 2 cycles as coach, I understand. Corey Raymond isn't washed up. Corey Raymond just got us a 5-star. All the extreme opinions you hear about Corey Raymond are bullshit. But one true, facet you must look at, our recruiting classes in his last 2 cycles were terrible. He only got 1 corner in those last 2 cycles. 2, LaTerrence Welch and Demarius McGee, neither of whom are on LSU's current roster. And that's the problem. LSU haven't been able to keep and develop any of these corners at this position. I mean, Dwight McLaughlin, one of the best corners in college football, we kicked him off the team. And for a pretty erroneous, are you kidding me type of reason. Point with all of this being said is I am more worried about any position group defensively. Of course, DT obviously is going to worry you until you see the results, see this. I think we have more options at defensive tackle. And I think there's more control that Bo Davis can have over the situation and the outcomes and the results with Kevin Peoples as well as coaching the edge than Corey Raymond can coaching in coverage. Because when you're coaching the coverage game, the secondary game, there's so much that's out of your hands. Like, you try and control every damn thing, and just there's times that your guys are going to get beat, and it doesn't matter how well you set them up. There's just a guy who jumps up in the air and is just better, bigger, stronger, taller, whatever it is. He just wants it more than your guys, and your guys just can't control the situation aerially. I think with a guy like Woodland who fights in the air, I think a guy like Stamps who battles in the air. You know, Stamps didn't allow a catch for his first 10 targets his way as a freshman. It's just incredible. 2 pass breakups, 3 forced incompletions. Barely played last year. Barely played. Had a few pass breakups on some deep balls too, some deep passes that he was able to get his hands on. So Stamps really impresses me, and he's got that experience. Woodland does not have that experience, but he's been extremely impressive. You know, blanket cover of Lacey, completely shrouding Lacey everywhere he goes. Hilton, with that speed, you're able to deal with it. You know, Woodland maybe made like 2 mistakes I think I've seen from all of the footage, and one of them he got gutted for a touchdown. He got roasted. The coolest part was the next play, he was able to bat the ball up in the air at a crazy, like, weird position where he was, like, basically looking the other direction, was forced into a weird position, and he just kind of clapped the ball away. And that ball went up in the air and was intercepted by Harold Perkins. So, point is, I believe in in some of the guys that we have at corner. I like some of the freshmen as well. I just don't know what we're going to do here. I just don't know what way forward. But if you want to know our opinions on what way forward and who are going to be the guys for this team, check out the article on LSUODYSSEY.COM.